So is my screen visible to all? The software gets started. So in the last class, we saw about daytime rendering, how we can apply sunlight or the sky dome lights to get the effect of day. Okay, we're gonna now start with the artificial lightings, how we can you know apply these artificial lights inside these rooms to illuminate it. So we'll just come back to the view. Okay. Let me open that file. Not that file actually. So the desktop. File. Please press the file. Extract this file actually. The file. Show that the sunlight is there in this. It's not the file actually. check the render output. It's nothing because the dome light must be missing. Can I just quickly apply that dome light? On desktop, we can go into that folder. It's been loaded. We can see that image coming in the background. So it's literally gonna get little heavy. Not responding over here. Now it's been loaded, so you can start working. Before I do that, I'm just going to save as this file so that nothing goes wrong. Right now, if I just quickly render this view, this is what I see actually. A bit of sunlight or the natural light that is going to come in inside the bedroom, but not illuminated a little bit more. Is illuminated by adding some artificial lights. So let me just create some artificial light fixtures. I'm going to add some artificial lights. So maybe I'm going to add some square or circular artificial disc lights. Okay, so to add a disc light, I'm going to come into the top view. Bedroom and create some profiles for the circular profiles. I'm going to come and take cylindrical shape. If the radius of just around 75 mm, maybe less, 50 mm should be fine. The height is maybe to 35 mm. put some sides inside this. I'm going to give 30 sides, make it more smooth shape, maybe even more, make it 50 sides to make it even more smoother. So let me just create a fixture over here. And, give no height segment. Convert this into editable poly. Then I'm going to select this polygon face and insert that face to around extrude this to negative. That would be the depth of that glass actually. So we have the picture almost ready. Like finish mode. We can apply the fine body material. Come into the plan view and we can now actually add the light inside this light fixture. We can call this fixture a name as well. We can give this like circle LED panel fixture. And to add a light inside this, we're going to come into create lights and I'm going to take Arnold light and I'm going to place an Arnold light inside this. And in Arnold light also we have a lot of shape types available. You can see you have point, distance, spot, chord, disk, cylinder, sky dome, photometric, and mesh. Okay, so they have all different usage. So if you look into this chart over here that I've put for you, so if you use direct light, you will not get any shape of light actually. And if you use a point light, you'll find a spot point over here. Okay, and if you like spotlight, you can take spotlight. Cylindrical light will give you something effect like that. Disk light might give you a downlight effect. Chord light and disk light is always similar, only the shape is different. Over here, the shape would be circle, and in chord, the shape would be square or triangle. Photometric light will give you the profile effect, and the mesh light will be converting any shape into a light. Okay, so these are the different stages of light that are available in Arnold lightings, basically. So right now, I'm going to take it as disk over here because the shape of the picture shape is in circular form, and I wanted a downlight effect only, so not upwardly, not spreading all 360-degree. So I'm going to place a disk light. So you can see I've select the type as disk over here, and I can select and apply these options over here. So when I take the disk light, I can provide this option light shape visibility. So it will make the light shape visible in rendering and always visible in viewport. Also, I can switch this option on, and then I can select the color of the light by coming into the color box and decide what color of light it would be, or I can use the preset of light color. Okay, so you can use the presets of light colors also. So warm light, if you want, you can take warm light as well, basic filter. So you can take warm white. So you can see it automatically makes that light color, or you can use the Kelvin chart to apply these effects. So if you know the Kelvin values, so Kelvin chart is something you in Google and search for Kelvin light scales, you get plenty of these lighting parameters. So if you keep 1000, you will get these light. If 2000, that's light. That's 3, 4, 5. So whatever color of light you want, that much value you need to set it up basically. So if you want a little bit warm light, you can take the Kelvin as 3000. If you want a white light, you can keep it as 6. And if you want a cold light, you can keep it as 10,000 Kelvin. Okay, so that will give you the effect of the lights actually. Okay, so maybe I just wanted a little bit white light basically, so I can keep the value between 6 to 7,000 Kelvin. So I can input that value in over here, 6,000 maybe. It's gonna give me a little bit of white light. Okay, maybe if I give 7,000, it's gonna give me a little bit cooler white actually. So 6,000 should be better. Or you can use the preset, or you can provide the color by yourself. Right now, the intensity of the light I'm keeping as 1 and the exposure as 8. If I feel the intensity or the exposure of this light is very lesser, I'll increase the intensity. Okay, and the volume sampling is 2, that's okay, but the sample quality is 1. So the render quality, the sample quality, I'm going to slightly increase this quality. So maybe I'm going to give it like 5 times higher the samples. Okay, so now the quality of the light would be much better, much cleaner. You will not get any grains or noise. So always make sure the samples, you can increase the sample qualities. Even the volume sample, I can keep it as 5 basically. So that's going to make a little bit, increase the render time, but the quality of the light would be much better. Cast shadows, yes. Atmospheric shadows, yes. We want that shadows and everything. Rest everything looks okay to me. I'm not changing anything. I'm just going to place this light right in the middle of this picture. Okay, so here we have that light that is being placed up. Okay. One more thing before I placed it, actually, I should have make sure that this target option is off. I'm not going to have any target light inside this, so I'm just going to drop a light. Just going to drop a display right in the middle. There it is, but it's not properly in the middle. So what we need to do is we need to align this light. So we're going to select the light. We're going to take the quick align tool, or you can take the align tool also. So I'm going to take the align tool from here. Okay, Alt A is the shortcut key for align tool, and then I'm going to select the light fixture and gonna align the X, Y, Z, and I'm gonna take like pivot point to pivot point, or you can take center to center option also. Click on apply, and then I'm gonna click on OK. So now this light is in the middle of the fixture. Now if you come into the front view, just gonna drag this light just middle over here somewhere, so that it doesn't go inside the light shape. Okay, and we have. Now I just wanted to make sure that my light radius is correctly applied. So if I come in modify, the radius of the light is 5 mm, which we have given the radius is 75 mm or 50 mm. So you can give 50 mm. So now it's perfectly fixed. So the radial of that fixture comes in. Now 50 mm, then we need to reduce the 10 mm of that bezeling as well. So we're going to make that to 40 mm, or 5 mm it was, so 45 mm. So here we go. It's perfect, perfectly placed. We have that lights fixture applied it on that object. We can now select this entire shape and form it a group. I can call this group as circle LED panel light. And we can come into and isolate this view, and we can place this fixture on that ceiling level. And come into the plan view and decide where these light spots could be there. So maybe I'm going to carry one on this regions over here. These I'm going to take instance copies. Give them in a little bit passageway as well. back to the camera view and we have a render the lights. But nothing effects comes. It looks like the lights are not being switched on or like it's not coming really strong as supposed to be. So we're gonna actually come into the tools light listers and select these lights and we can open the group recursively and select once again these lights and increase its exposure values. So maybe if I increase the exposure value to 12 times or maybe 16 times, it now should generate more luminosity. And as you can see that lights are really now generating luminosity. So we require a little bit more exposure to be added so that it's more formation of lights. You can again stop this, increase this exposure value if I get this to 18 times. So the 16 is the highest value, so I'm not going to change it, but maybe I can increase the intensity to increase it. So maybe if I take this 5 times and now if I render it, still needs to go with more with intensities to generate more luminosities. Come up and get the intensity value to 20 times. As text starts making more illuminance or brightness, go a little bit more harder. So I'm going to make this intense become a little bit more. I remove this normal energy and now if I render it actually, like overwrite it, surely good. So I have to just bring down the light intensity now. Let's keep that to 1. So the exposure needs to come down as well. Because of these normal energy was on, normalized energy. Now I'll just bring down the energy to 12 times exposures. So this looks little settled. We have the ceiling lights that are illuminating my scenes with the artificial light in the background. You can see the background as well. The rendering is still in process, and we can see this time we are not getting much of the noise, but there are still plenty of it, which we can still reduce it, the value of the denoising. So if you want to increase the value of denoising so that your output quality comes a little bit much clear, then come into the render setups. Come into denoiser and apply this denoiser beauty. Come into the Arnold settings and slightly increase the little bit quality of the rendering. Simply increase these ray depth values. So if I increase these values, it will increase my render time also, but the quality output will come much better. And right now use stepmeld ROM as my filtering options, so the quality becomes a little sharper. It takes multiple time pre-passes to remove noising from the background. Right? It's still into the progress of rendering. So as you can see, a bit of improvement in the noise, but less noise, but still there. So if I increase more of the sample qualities, it might take more render time, but the output quality will have much clear without any noise in the scenes. Some grain effect won't be coming. Muchly reduce specs we are getting. I'm just gonna stop this rendering because it might take a lot of light. So bring back this to Gaussian, which was defaultly there, and I'm gonna off this apply beauty denoisers so that it doesn't take much rendering times. We can select the light, we can play around with the Kelvin temperature. So maybe if I give this as 3000 K, it's going to make all the lights as warm lights. So now if I actually render it, everything in the scene will be turned into warmer lights. This entire scene comes a little bit warm. So it depends on what type of lighting you want to use into your rooms. You can apply that Kelvin values. Maybe if I do like 35, maybe 4000 K, a little bit warmer, a little bit warm white, not pure white as well. Play with these kind of effects. And maybe we just want to switch the camera angle and see from the other side. Switch the camera view. Look into the view side. Then I was going to look from the other angle. This one's going to come. You can add some curtains inside these over here if you wanted curtains or blinds to become in and art effect as well. Download curtains. Maybe like these curtains because we want some lights to be passed through these curtains as well. You can extract this file. We can now come into the Max folder. We can come into file, import, and merge that file. Ensure this is all files. Select that 3ds file, open it up, merge, convert the unit, click on OK. And when you look into the top, you should get it over there. And we can, first of all, we need to remove the material from that object. So we can come into the more options, UVW remove and concept three and remove the material from the object. So now the material has been removed. And before I group it, I'll apply the material to these fabricating elements of the curtains. Yes, we can apply material to these curtains. So here I'm going to create a general material. Since it's going to be fabric, there will be no reflection, zero reflectivity, and I'm going to slightly, apply a bitmap in fabric tinting material. So if you have any image, apply that image, fabric image. Maybe I can use one of these images. Assign that fabric, assign the UVW mappings. Stretch along. um, similar material but with a different fabricating texture. This white texture, pure whitish only. Maybe you can have some different pattern one as well. Use this type of patterns, and actually, if you want effects, something like that, you want to create a sharing effect like this curtains. Actually, so you can take that as white as possible. So let's take it at white only. That's much better. But only thing is that in this material would be slightly transparented. So it would be a bit transparented and it would be thin walled. So there will be an option transparency in that in this. This is one too roughy. And that's right. And we can create another material over here called as double-sided material. And double-sided material, we're gonna delete this back and facing material. I'm gonna assign this material to the facing and the back facing of the material. And the translucency value for this double-sided material will be 100%. And now I'm going to assign this double-sided material to this center part. Let's give 75% of transparency. It's a bit transparent, as you can see. And then select this entire material on this object and form it a group. Plan view and place it wherever it's supposed to be. into the rendering view. So you can see that a little bit curtain like transparented. If you want to reduce the value of transparency, you can bring down the transparency value down. Repeat this transparency value is 100%. Now let's look into the rendering view. You can have less transparency effect. On that curtain area, it's blocking my actually the light from the exterior. Change the light color a little bit. I'm gonna make a little bit more whitish. So change this to 5000 Kelvin, less form white. Second, and slightly a little bit exposing the environment. So I'm going to come into the light lister and select that sky dome light. Little exposure value, 7 should be fine. Better effect. I changed a little bit camera angle also. So I'm going to slightly tilt my camera view a little this way. Take a little back as well. Full view of the bedroom. So that looks pretty okay. Slightly expose a little bit more. Even these lights that are there in the scenes. The exposure value of 12, this is 13. Slightly exposing this a little bit higher. getting a better output quality, we can slightly play around with the output settings as well to reduce these noise actually, because getting too much of noise will gonna come into the render setup, and try some different filters on render. I'm going to use a different filter over here. So now I'm going to use like um, use blackening as well, or initially it probably would be better option. Let's try that. Sharper and better effects. Still the rendering is in process, not yet completed. You can still see that there are is good amount this time. We have less noise. So as in when we keep on increasing the sample qualities or these render qualities, you will get much better outputs. But that will also increase your rendering time as well. So okay, it's worth waiting actually. Right, so you can see the output quality is much better. So in the next class, that would be on Tuesday now. Okay, we'll do about these lights, these fauve lights actually. How do we apply these fauve lightings? See the effect of that. So on Tuesday, we'll continue with this. Okay, so we don't have lecture on tomorrow, okay, because we have holiday for the festival. So I'll see you directly on Tuesday. So meantime, you can at least make one specific room with some sort of lights and material at least to practice. Okay, so that's it. Okay, see you guys.